and welcome to the Mauao Open presented by 2Well. We are now live with the men's first semi-final. We have Griffin Muller and Brad Fullerton versus Matthew Kilpatrick and Daniel Kilpatrick. I am your host, Abby Jessup.
I'm Jack McManaway, and we're all set, ready for a great semi-final out here on the Mount Main beach.
Start off with, ladies and gentlemen, I'll introduce our referee for this game.
Two local partnerships teaming up. We've got the Kilpatrick brothers. They've been tested a little bit in the tournament, but they've been able to close out some tight games. And Griffin and Brad, well, they're just a treat to watch. You'll see some athletic swings out there, some great plays, and yeah, hopefully we'll be in for a cracker.
Yeah, too right we will. Awesome conditions down here at the Mount Maunganui beach. We've got the wind picking up just a little bit, enough to make that ball play around, so we're in for a great day of beach volley.
Other team in the semi-final today. Put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. Here they come out onto the court.
Players invited onto the court now. Looks like we've got Griff back to serve.
Lovely float, and it's in.
Ace up front.
Not bad.
You talked about the wind being a little bit of a factor, Abby, and you can see right there, just holding that ball and dropping it, and it goes in.
You got a lovely float on him, Griff.
Wow.
Oh!
Bit of power on him.
See you later.
Big spike there from Daniel Kilpatrick.
See the brothers teaming up there, putting it right in the slot for Dan. And there's no way when he's up that high that he's not going to find some sand.
It's real tied up. Daniel at the service line.
Picked by
Lovely
Matt.
read. Ah, just those tips. And off.
You see that we got a high set by Dan and a late block by Brad, and Matt's going to punish that all day. Matt being the older brother of Dan, leading out there up front. They've got the lead 2-1 early on in the semi-final here at Mount Main Beach.
Nice receive. Oh, and great placement by Griffin Miller.
Sneaks it down line. You see Dan has some huge arms and he's high up on the net, but Griff manages to sneak it by him, and there's no way Matt's going to chase that down.
Let's see if the boys do any jump serves. Oh,
Sure
here
enough.
we go. Awesome serve.
Oh,
Ah,
another one. Big smile on Matty's face there.
right down the middle.
Finds the seam.
You could say it's seamless. Had to sneak a little pun in there.
Had to.
Oh, and just a little bit of an off hit.
Bit shaky on that pass. Clearly the wind's playing a factor, moving the ball around a bit, and can't quite get into a position to put that in.
Oh, great swing by Brad. He redeemed himself on that one.
Will not make the same mistake twice, Abby. Not at all.
And at that, we'll switch sides. I think we'll be in for quite a close match on this one. It's looking like a jump float. Oh, good pick
Great
up.
touch.
Oh, what a weapon by Brad. Great teamwork.
My goodness. Wasn't in control of any of that, but you look, he always puts himself in a position to play that ball, and
he did really well to get that inside of the antenna.
A great scramble play.
Oh, the idea was there. He was just trying to tip it short, so it just dropped over the net. Obviously a little bit too short.
Of course, he got a touch on the block, and in beach volleyball, that does count as one of your contacts. So had to put the ball over on the third, and just made a mistake that time.
Oh. Great read of the block by Griffin Miller. As you'll see there, he came up for the block and he just saw it to the side. Just pushed it down. Brad on the service.
Pushed the set a little bit wide, and Matt couldn't quite bring it back. Notice that Brad's going to float from this end. The wind's obviously behind him. So, see what he can cook up.
Lovely serve. And good leave as well.
Shooting a little bit long there. We'll see what the Kilpats can do to bring it back, find a little bit more control in their serve receive.
Oh, and just out.
Playing off the errors there.
Yep, the Kilpatrick brothers will be happy about that one. Closing in that gap. Oh, 2 service errors in a row.
One each way.
Yeah.
That'll bring us to side switch. But it's interesting to see how the heat affects the players out there. I know the sand was getting pretty hot early on. Can't say it's exactly cooled down here. We've got a beautiful day at Mount Main.
Oh, good take. Oh, great read by Brad Fullerton.
Straight over. Brad gets up high and punishes that setting error.
It can be very hard to receive that second ball, especially when you're not expecting it. Just couldn't quite get behind the ball there.
A little bit of a communication error between the Kilpatrick brothers.
Griffin on the service. See if he gets a topspin on this one. Nope, we're at the float. Again, great swing from Brad.
Not sure if that was intentional going on Dan rather than Matt. But you see the set comes onto the net, and Brad's going to eat that up every day of the week.
Nice leave. And as the wind picks up, it's going to be harder to keep that ball inside of the court, especially with these float serves. Good read.
Wow,
awesome play.
What a rally. Wow. Are you not entertained? Look at that.
That was great teamwork by the Kilpatrick brothers.
Couple blocks, couple crazy digs. Beach volleyball at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Sneaks it through.
He did. Matthew was there, just couldn't quite close the block.
No team really putting a stamp on the match yet. We've got a 4-point lead to Griffin Brad. The Tauranga people, Tauranga lads.
Top spin. That was beautiful. So those top spins can be hard to receive, especially when they just drop.
opting for no technical timeout, these lads. They're going to play through it.
Oh, unlucky.
Just catching Brad with high hands and couldn't quite bring that ball back for Griff to make a play on it. Dan back to serve.
Nice dig. Lovely swing right down the line as well. That's beautiful.
He's athletic, that man. Pass, the set's pushed a little bit wide, but it's not a problem because it's high enough for Brad to get up there and make a play. And he's firing that in every time. Great receive. Good boy, Matthew Kilpatrick.
Nice.
That's how you bounce back.
Yeah. As you can see, Griffin was on the angle ball and he just put it perfectly down the line.
Had Brad reaching up at that ball, but just goes over and it's finding sand.
Nice touch. And just up.
The momentum's starting to shift now. The Kilpatrick brothers just feeling a little bit more comfortable on that side.
It's great to see such a scramble from the boys as well because, as you know, we usually see a lot of big hits and not really rallies, so it's awesome to see.
Neither team letting that ball die.
Oh, and blocked it out.
Wow.
Brad's going to be happy with that one.
It's a good matchup. I like to see it. Brad, obviously, he's pretty tall. Dan Kilpatrick, also pretty tall, pretty big. It's a good contest at the net.
It is.
Wow.
A nice recovery swing.
You're talking about it just before. Neither team's going to let that ball die, and even though that set's not in the right position, he's still going to find a way to make a play on it and puts it in.
Nice take.
Got a little bit eager there. Saw an open net. See this great pass, and he's
just not enough height. So 16-12 to Miller and Fullerton. Keeping that 4-point lead quite nicely throughout this set.
Still anyone's game. It's a service error again. Starting to tally up. I think that wind's just getting into the heads maybe and can't quite control where their ball's going.
Yeah, well, in our women's semi just before, we had quite a few service errors as well. So I think the wind is starting to pick up a bit, which can be quite challenging. Oh, good touches.
2 ball, and he gets a touch off the block. Dan's hands were really high. Yeah,
That was very lucky.
Talking about those service errors, it's good to see that they're all serving long and not into the net, actually giving a chance for the opposition to maybe take a 50-50 ball. That's good to see.
Spin serve here. Great serve.
Possibly coming a little bit too fast, making that a little bit uncomfortable on the receive.
Daniel just didn't get quite behind it. As you can see, he put his arms out, which can make the ball bounce off and go behind you.
There's a net serve. Eating my words.
Yeah, first one of the match, though.
Yeah.
Matthew on the service. Let's see what he does with it. Oh, sorry, Daniel on the serve, I should say.
Wow.
Oh, that was an epic block by Daniel.
Wow, getting to the net really early there. And see Griff's trying to shoot above, holds his block and throws it down.
Awesome coverage.
Can they pull this lead back to only 2 and get a point here, a defensive point? Half touches. Brad finding a bit of power there.
2 points away from match point. Fullerton and Miller. Oh, beautiful serve. That just dropped right in front of them.
Held in the wind, just came straight down. No chance for the Kilpats to get that back. We got set point here.
Yeah.
What can Matt do here? Easy take for Griff. And an error.
Kilpatrick boys will be happy about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anytime that the opposition makes a great pick and makes an error, you just got to say, hey, we got lucky, and hope for the next point to be a little bit better. Still set point here.
Nice take. Oh.
You're not going to win that against Dan. He's up too high.
Yep.
It's a good chance for the Kilpatricks to put a little bit of pressure on Brad and Griff, and it'll be interesting to see how they can bounce back from that.
Yes. Still a 3-point lead. Nice.
It's a great side out.
Yep.
Finish the set.
That's the first set of this men's semi-final.
First one going to Brad and Griff. 2 Tauranga boys. Unlucky in their end bit, but managed to close it out, 21-17.
I think really the big difference in the two teams in that set was the consistency.
Yeah, a little bit shaky on the pass from the Kilpatricks in that middle stage, but they managed to stay around, put a little bit of pressure, but it was just not enough chances to get that lead switch.
It'll be interesting to see how the boys change up their tactics, if they do at all.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Definitely.
this is the Mauao Open. It is a 3-star event. It's been presented by Duel, and you are witnessing the men's semi-final on Centre Court.
So the winner of this match will be going on to the men's final, which will be kicking off at 3 p.m. today.
We do have the semi-final on court 2, just to our left. And seems pretty tight at this stage. Early on though, who knows, only time will tell. It's heating up out here on Mount Main Beach. Players really getting in some breaths, getting some H2O, staying hydrated.
And we are ready for set 2. Set 1 to Miller and Fullerton. The Kilpatrick boys will be wanting to take this to 3.
We'll keep the same service and sides as the first set. Griff serving from the far end with the wind.
Ooh, beautiful float.
Hits it low, hits it into the net. That's all right.
It looked like it was going to be epic though. Just needed a little bit more height on that ball.
It's that challenge at the net, Abby. Brad versus Dan Kilpatrick.
And what they'll be finding as well is with those sets, because the wind is picking up, it's going to be floating around, which is hard to get your timing for that spike. Oh, and a beautiful swing by Matthew.
That's a great bounce back. Matt showing who the older brother is. We got a great set by Dan, and Matt's going to sneak it past Brad. Lots of power, no chance.
Nice read by Daniel. Great swing, just a little bit out.
You see Dan and Matt put them in a little bit of a trap there, dropping late off that net, and Griff pokes that ball straight to him, but couldn't quite follow through and get that side out. The hitting error goes wide.
We're looking at a spin serve here. Oh, right down the seam.
Too fast.
Yep.
Possibly couldn't see it.
Yeah, too fast and a bit of confusion as well.
Very consistent on these serves.
So when we talk about going down the seam, that means it goes in between the two players.
Another spin serve from Brad here.
Got an awesome serve.
Launches it. Wow, gets lucky off the tape and it dribbles over in front of Griff.
That was very lucky. So anything can happen when it hits that tape. It can be your friend or foe.
Shoots wide there. What is impressive is the partner's ability to put that set right in that spot, even if that pass is a little bit shaky with that wind. See a great off-balance set by Brad there, but he's still able to put it up for Griff.
Right, we've got Matt on the service line. We're looking at a float here. Oh, he did awesome to swing that with an off pass.
How did he manage to sneak that past the big block of Dan? We've got a side switch here.
And to be fair, Daniel did well to be there, just wasn't quite fast enough to get his hands in the right position. So as you'll see here, Dan's ready, just not quite.
Too much power.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
Just off the block.
Another power game.
Yeah.
Interesting, not opting to shoot and try and get those lines and go over the block, but looking to attack the block and try and get a touch off it.
So Brad just needed to close that block just a little bit more so it didn't bounce through. But with those men and that power that they hit the ball, it can be hard to close that block. Nice
Look
wee
at
joust there by
the little
Griffin.
man getting up for it.
Hey.
Although there's nothing little about Griff. Loves the challenge at the net. Brad will be floating here. Double call. Double on that set. Clearly his hands were just not quite equal. Didn't quite follow through the same. Let's see how big that point turns out to be. Not so big. Service error from Brad. Can't quite put on that pressure. And we go back to a 1-point lead to Griff and Brad over the Kilpatrick brothers.
Oh, a nice leave.
Close, close. That's the error we're talking about. Put the defense in two minds if they're going to take it or not, and Griff makes the correct decision on that time.
Oh, good read by Brad.
Oh.
He knew it was coming. He ran in.
Bit of a ding-dong battle there.
Yeah.
Gets a high set and Brad does a cobra over.
Yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
Loves that. Seen that at training a few times from the big man. Just long.
Just long. It was a good leave. I thought that was going in.
Definitely the right option, just a little bit out on their execution, shooting long. Wonder if fatigue's playing part in this battle at the moment. And we're back to the 4-point lead that we had in the first set.
Yeah. Muller and Fullerton will be happy with that. Oh, great pickup by Muller. Oh, Daniel just kills it.
Daniel Kilpatrick there with the super spike.
Finds a lot of power on that one, Dan. He's up really high and he's manages to hit it steep in front of the defense.
Look how beautiful that is. Oh.
He's back to serve. Let's see what he can back up. It's awesome spike.
Oh, and Brad wants payback.
Anything you can do, I can do better, eh, Brad Fullerton?
Yeah.
We've got a timeout called by the Kilpatrick brothers. Clearly that 4-point lead's just playing on their minds a little bit. Couldn't quite bring it back in that first set, but hopefully they'll talk it over and manage to change some tactics and bring this semi-final back.
There has been a lot more consistency already, though, by both teams.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Both adapting to the wind already. So let's see what the second half of the second set will produce.
So as mentioned, this event is sponsored by Too Well. So have a little stand up here if you want to come and grab something off them.
So timeouts are only 30 seconds long, unless you have your technical timeout, which is in 1 minute. So it's just enough to talk a little bit of tactics, have a quick sip of water and back into it.
No rest for the wicked.
Alright, and we have Brad Fullerton on the service line.
I think Brad's feeling the heat on his feet, moving some sand around, trying to find a little bit of a cool patch.
Just falling short on that spin serve.
Excellent timeout by the Kilpatrick brothers. Service error, that's the best outcome you can get.
Oh, nice swing and good placement. Beautiful. And Matthew Kilpatrick does really well to line up in the back court.
Brad Fullerton really turning up the heat out here on centre court.
If you watch him, he's always there.
Big swings.
You know, and he reads it very well. It's just getting behind the ball.
It's just turning those half touches into full touches and getting it right back to his brother.
Yeah, you nailed it. Nice.
Wow, big smile on Matt's face there. He loves it.
He read that very well. As you can see, Griff and Brad, they were all over the line, and Matthew just took that opportunity to cut cross court.
Still power, interesting.
Off of the net. Oh, Brad loves it. He read that very well.
Sees that pass high and in the middle of the court.
Yeah.
And he gets up even higher. Smokes it down. Similar story to the first half of the first set. Got a side switch on 13-8. Just a slight lead to Brad and Griff. But neither team out of it here.
Muller and Fullerton are doing well to keep that 4 to 5 point lead.
Looking pretty comfortable, it's safe to say. Shoots slightly wide.
Just lucky there was no touches on that block.
Very close. It's always a contest up there on the net when that ball's tight. And unfortunately for Matt, couldn't quite get a touch off Brad's block. Six-point lead here for Griff and Brad after taking that first set. Dan puts a high for Matt.
Oh, nice drop ball. And kills it, but kills it out.
It's a very, very sharp swing. If that went in, I'm sure the crowd would have been crazy for it, but it just goes wide.
I think the wind's starting to pick up a little bit here, as you'll probably be able to hear it through our microphones, actually. And nice roll over the block by Brad.
That's a tidy side out. We've got a great pass and then a nice high set, and all he does is just go over Dan's block, finding plenty of space. Matt on the other side of the court. Nice two ball from Dan there.
Yeah.
Just trying to change things up, try and find a little bit of momentum that they can have, and using Brad's block to
their advantage.
Yeah, exactly right.
Lovely pick by Griffin. Oh, what a smash!
Finds a big chest in Matt Kilpatrick.
Showing a bit of power there.
Griffin saying, "My chest is bigger, buddy."
Nice shot, brother.
High set, smokes it into mat. There's nothing you can do with speed like that coming at you.
Ah, unlucky.
7-point advantage to Brad Fullerton and Griffin Muller here.
Kilpatrick boys will really be wanting to rein this in now. And lovely serve. Great pick by Griffin.
What can he do?
Beautiful. Ah.
Brad eats it.
Awesome block.
What did that rally not have? He's got a diving save from Griff. And you see here, Brad's on that ball every day of the week.
Yeah, you'll definitely be wanting to go around or over the top of that block.
That's another ends that they just won 5-2, Muller and Fullerton. It seems that the Kilpatricks have no answer at the moment.
Only
Hopefully that'll change.
3 points away from what could potentially be match point. Beautiful serve.
Excellent pass.
Smashes it!
And Dan manages to set Brad there.
Damn! It is awesome when they find that ground.
Hammer time here. We talked about at the start, very athletic partnership in Brad and Griff. And they're up. Smoking balls. Certainly putting on a show for the crowd here.
All right, let's see if he spins or floats. I think we're going for a spin.
Netty.
Tell you what, when they go over, they're awesome.
Hit and miss.
Yeah, I think he's had about 3 of his spin serves going to the net now.
But in saying that, he's also found about 3 aces, so
That is very true.
it's either all or nothing. And why wouldn't you go for it when you've got a lead like this?
And was that a foot fault?
We've seen a foot fault here. Unusual.
Yeah, that doesn't usually happen in the game of beach volleyball.
Match point here for Griff Muller and Brad Fullerton.
I did notice, though, the Kilpatrick boys do serve close to that baseline. Beautiful. Lovely pick by Griffin.
What can he do with it? Not today.
No.
Can't quite do it. The little men up at the net there having a little battle. Still got match point here.
Let's see what Dan does with this.
Touch off that block.
Yeah, just off the block. And at that, we have game.
That'll do it for us. Griff Muller, Brad Fullerton taking it out 2-0. What was an excellent performance of athleticism. They'll be moving on to the grand final later on today.
At 3 p.m.
3 p.m. after the women's final. 2 o'clock.
Should be a ripper of a game, so hang around. You've got about half an hour until that game's going to...
Awesome. So we'll be seeing you back at the women's final at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
See you soon.
It's going to be...